Hello, so here we go again with another game from IGS between 11 queues. This time black won by a pretty comfortable margin, 16 points and a half, but it was a half point commie. So without further ado, let's get into it. Komoku and an unexpected 5-4 move, Takamoku this time. This is a move when white tries to play for influence, going for the 5-4 or sometimes 5-3. And another 5-4. So this is a rare Fuseki. Maybe we're facing an old-fashioned player. Now the way to approach this kind of moves is to go either c4 or c3 in order to prevent the corner enclosure. So again, when white is playing this kind of moves on the outside, he's actually looking to make a high shimari this way, but the order of moves is playing the 5-4 and then the 3-4 in the corner, or playing the shimari here. Of course, he can also play shimari going for the sans. So it's very natural for black to prevent the shimari by playing under at c4 or q3. Now when playing under at c4, white can think about several moves. Now the whole point of playing this 5-4 is to go for thickness, so he might go keima like that to put pressure. Now if black simply wants to fix the corner, the most basic Joseki is to attach e3, then white covers, black pulls back, white connects solid or hanging connection, and black can already tenuki, but he can also play keima locally if he wants to. If this happens, white will probably extend to the middle of the side to go for the outside. If black ignores and plays some other big point like invading the other corner, then white can immediately play the approach just to force black defending gote, then play away, approach the other corner. So not playing the keima on the left side allows white get this exchange in sente. Now another way here, when black is attaching at e3, white can push and cut. Now in this position, black can just capture the stone by pushing him down to the edge, but white gets all these outside forcing moves. So white is ready to sacrifice 2 stones in order to get thickness on the outside again. So this is another basic Joseki, where black gets the corner and white is going for some outside thickness, and again black ends in center. So black can play shimari in the top left or approach the lower right corner, either q3 or p3 in this case. If black is interested to develop the bottom, he will go p3 and then make a base at m3. Now let's check other basic Josekis. So when c4 and keima on the outside of d6, black can also attach the other way at c6. Now here there are several Josekis too, like the really basic ones. White can push, then get ahead again. Now in this case, when black plays the attach at e3, white can answer in 2 ways. Either block on the outside, very simple, and again white is going for outside thickness, having the wall and giving up the corner territory, then he can simply extend from the wall. Also here, white can think about the push and then again cut. If black goes down or connects solid, because otherwise if black tries Atari here, white will just sacrifice 1 stone and go between. Pushing through, it's too painful for black, so black will probably descend. So now white will hane on the outside, then black will capture the stone in the corner, 1 Atari forcing move, and then the hanging connection as in the other Joseki. So again, white has some outside influence versus black's territory in the corner. Now there are also Josekis where white can play the hane, but now these are also ladder related. So first of all, black can think about the crosscut. Then white can Atari, black goes down, white can connect or extend. Then black links under, and white would like to set up a ladder. Let's see if this ladder works. Yeah, seems to be fine. It goes very close to R16, and then black has to protect the corner like that to stay safe and build about 10-15 points there. And now if black wants to go out, he needs a ladder breaker, so he will play a Shimari in the top right corner, threatening to escape from the stone. So white will either capture the stone proper or play some kind of jump to prevent black from going out. Now if black tries to escape, he's still in a ladder. Also, there's another basic Joseki. For example, black can play the stretch here to keep connected, and then instead of Atari and Atari, simply play the Hane on the second line, or a double Hane. Now, the most common way for white is to connect solid, let black escape on the second line, then attach in the corner, play a key point, threatening double Atari, pull back, and then extend from the wall. So in all these variations, pretty much the main theme for white is to take a wall on the outside and give up the territory under. Of course, there are all kind of trick josekis, but that's maybe not so interesting to study right now. This can get very complicated. White can make life like this, or with a vital point directly, then black has to come back and protect the left side. This is a kind of joseki you often see in games on Foxgo server or TaiGem, when maybe around the 1 down to 3 down player level, in that range, they are trying to trick their opponent with this kind of cut, because the variations can really get messy here. But this would be like the basic pattern to avoid getting tricked after the cross cut. So black gets to leave on the left side, makes a base on the bottom, and it's fine. And later on, think about this cut to fight in the middle. C5 approach is an option too. Also, black can consider the Sansan invasion. Then again, if white plays a move like this to cover, black can simply Kosumi and then Hane, make a tiger mouth, then double Hane, then go out, and the same kind of thing can happen, and white extends from the wall. But now black gets to live in the corner towards the bottom area. So in the original game, black approach from the outside at c5, which allows white protect the corner at c3, and then black can simply make a base towards his top left corner. So this is a safe variation too, and it's absolutely fine. But in this case, white tried to be a little more active with the attach. Now, how to react to this attach? Kosumi feels a little bit soft. White can simply go down and enclose a big corner this way. So black should consider the Hane on the second line at b4, which forces white go no b in the corner c3, then go up, take the key point, and if white turns or plays on the bottom side some kind of extension, black can also extend on the left side, and it's a very nice and light shape compared to white's formation on the bottom, which is a little bit over concentrated. Now if black tries to be even more active, c3 Hasamitsuke or the pincer, it's a good option, because white's options are pretty much limited. White can go down b4 or can connect solid at d4. Now when white goes down, black will cut, and then of course white can Atari one way or the other. So let's say white wants to keep the corner with Atari d3 and then capture the stone. In this case, black uses the stone as bait and plays Atari on the outside. White either captures right away or connects solid. Capturing right away is actually better, because when connecting solid d2, this leaves also another forcing move on the left side. But black is not going to play it immediately, because now white may change his mind and give up the two stones and go for the bottom. So black can keep this for later and play the ladder instead. Now the ladder works, so white needs some move in the top right, and then black can capture. And after that, black can immediately go down to force white add another move in the corner, and white is forced to leave small, which is painful. Now another way for white would be to Atari on the outside and then capture the other stone, but in this case black captures the stone on the bottom, so black takes control over the corner. So this feels pretty good for black actually. Now these are forced variations, so when white goes down and black cuts, white can cut one side or the other, but either way feels a little bit too good for black. If this happens, black has to stand on the bottom and he lost too many points on the left side. So white has to fight and keep the corner. Now in this variation, when black plays the pincer and white connects, now this is also ladder related. So now there are two cutting points. If white cuts on the outside, black will capture that stone and then white takes the stone in the corner. But black got the Ponuki already, which is a very powerful shape and can play away. If black feels is still in danger on the left side, we'll extend here. But for now, black is quite safe. That's one eye, and even if white approaches around c7, black can save the group, so it's okay. And if white plays in the corner, black can capture this stone, and then white needs a ladder on the outside. Now we gotta check the ladder again, so black, white, and it goes like this. This time the ladder is broken, but anyway, you don't feel like going out immediately, because in this case, white can just connect and fight a little bit here. And if something like this happens, white gets this move in center, push again, then extend on the bottom. So it doesn't feel so good to fight for, oops, that's a misclick, for black, because black is just creating a heavy running group in the middle and white builds both the bottom and the left side. So we'll just leave it for now. But anyway, black should really consider a move like c3. That's probably the most active move against c4. b4 Hane is an option too. That's the soft way to punish, but playing the clamp at c3, it's really powerful. So now black has to block. Atari is not so great. White should just connect solid, because connecting solid leaves the peep from the outside. And now black group is still a little bit thin, so even if black plays some move around here to extend for a base, later on white can use this peep and this forces a pretty bad shape. Playing Atari from the outside makes black stronger, and Hane is very good here. And later on when black captures the stone in the corner, the formation is really good. Playing the Hane, it's too much. White should simply stretch and extend and keep the shape. Of course, when black captures in the corner, white needs to play another move, but the shape is pretty strong now. Playing this one, black can Atari once to punish the formation, and then when white connects, this is called the soldier's head bad shape. I also like to call it Napoleon's Bonaparte head formation, which is generally bad. So after Atari, black can extend. And then if white captures the stone, it's not a big deal. Black can sacrifice to see whether white connects or takes. And later on, just invade the bottom side in the middle. Because black can always take b4, and it's no need to rush. Never know when you need a peep here or some other move, so only later black can capture at b4. So going ahead, white has a chance to come back and fix this formation. That's why it's good to play Atari first and then extend. And now if white plays away, then black can capture the stone in the ladder. And it's really powerful in the middle. Now white played invades the left side. But as an invasion on the left side should be in the middle. So when black plays here, it allows two space towards the corner. When black plays in the corner, one of the moves two space extension towards the left group. But no matter where white plays, black should still Atari once this hits ultra center and then decide what to do next. This is good to attack from the left because it's going to increase the area and put more pressure on white. White goes to the corner, but this feels bad to approach to space when black can block. So white should actually think of Tsuke like this then if black plays Hane, pull back, black connects, then white either plays a one space jump or a slide and then go up. This is a much easier way for white to make a base, and the group, it's already alive, so white is center now to play another big point. This is painful for white, so white has to go down. The turn is very good, a lot of pressure. Hane is also important. White has to get ahead. But this push is no need. Now black should extend in the top or play a Shimari. Extend to the middle of the side, it's an option. Or play some Shimari or Atari, of course. Then go attack the other corner. Because when you play this kind of push, it's impossible to kill white's group. And when white blocks, he makes a tiger mount. Then when Hane again, white will get ahead and the shape is pretty good. So this exchange can be skipped. Also, if black simply plays an extension in the top and white turns, then black gets ahead. Now black builds the top side very natural. And white's turn at e14 doesn't give him much, because he can do too much damage on the left side. So white turn in the corner, he still felt under pressure, but it's better to go out. Because going out here, white can think about an invasion or at least a reducing like this. So this way, oops. Black's group got really low. Let me cut this one, that was a misclick. Now I can cut there. So white turn in the corner, then black plays Shimari. But black should really think about the middle side extension, something like this, in order to use his wall, because this formation on the left, it's already a wall. And usually from a wall you want to extend to the middle of the side. If white comes here, then there's a way to attack that group. And this is quite severe. And black builds a nice box in the top while attacking the tiny base in the top right corner. Playing Shimari allows the middle side extension, so this feels good for white, sorry. Now attacking from the right side. Well, in general you want to push your opponent into the wall, and this is a good shape. But when your opponent approaches the wall like this and then he goes down, white makes a very nice formation and the wall seems to be floating, so it needs to run out. So in this case, it's more interesting to attack from the wall, fix a base, white will approach the Shimari, but even so, black can play a move to protect the corner and put some pressure on the two stones. So when this happens, white normally goes out, and then black is sent to play another big point. So this way, both the left side and the top right corner, they look safe and solid, and white is tiny in the top. So this was a bit too much. White should just play two space jump, and then when black protects against the cut, white can play away. Or already leave it like this and, for example, extend to the middle of the side in order to limit black's expansion there. Now playing here, black makes a good shape and white has to pull back. So it's like white is playing this move, black protects, and now white immediately pushes instead of playing some other point. So black is happy to play the hanging connection, the tiger mount. Pushing again is not really needed here. Black can come out here anytime or just play a big point. Because if white turns from the top, black escapes to the middle. If white turns from this side, Hane, extend, and then go out. Hane here is good. And black should just leave the position as it is. Pushing again from behind, it's really no need. Because maybe black wants to attack, to jump from the top or came up from the middle in order to step ahead. So right now, just go for big points instead. Yeah, white didn't want to be surrounded. But his shapes should still be Hane and Nobi, because these create cutting points, like this one, and also in the top, white can invade now at 017. So black plays away now. Yeah, very good. This is a really big point. That's a bit too ambitious. Also, instead of playing Q10 or R10, which are usually the nice direction from the Shimari and they feel good, black can still approach the corner first. Now, let's say white attaches and he goes for a territorial variation instead of outside influence. This can happen. So in a few moves, black takes control of the bottom side where white had the biggest potential. And then when white extends on the right side, black still has room to extend too. But anyway, playing this middle side extension, it's ideal and good direction to play. For white to play all the way to r8 would be normal. And if black just adds another move to secure the side, then white goes for shimari. But in this case, black will prevent the shimari and just make a shape like this, or a base, or 2-space jump, or 1-space jump and then extend 2-space jump. That's another way to develop fast or make a sabaki. Now playing here, hane, pull back. Black can just connect solid, because this formation is very strong on the right side, and when white tries the hane, it works to block, compared to when pushing here, white hane, and you cannot really block. Unless you want to sacrifice and use the double hane to break the side like this. But normally, black needs to get ahead. This happened in the actual game. Well, it's okay to play q9 in this case, because you can still fight at r8, but normally just connect solid. White needs another move like turn or extend to prevent the invasion, and then again, black can think about ways to approach the corner and damage the side, but already the right side is very solid. So black answers several times. In this case, it's good to nobi again, because next when white pushes again, black can block. So white has to come back here, and then black can enter the corner. Just leave in this area. Well, when playing this move, white it's already protected on the right side, so he will try and attack. That's why it's more interesting to play o3. When white attacks here, black goes in the corner. When white blocks the corner, black extends again. You don't care about one stone. It's got for white to capture one stone. You can just extend again and grab more territory with a fast pace. So playing this jump allows the wedge, which creates cutting points, and now you need to come back and protect, and then white can pull back or even hane. But pullback is good enough. There are 2 cutting points in the middle, so black's thickness is not really perfect. It became over concentrated in this area, and black should still play something to break the bottom. So white pushed, black connected solid. That's why white could think about the wedge. He doesn't have to fear of Atari under, because now it's Miai between taking 2 stones or 1 stone. So this will never happen. Anyway, what happened here feels good for white, because he took out all the territory from the side, and that influence doesn't really work as long as white has a stone here. Black can't expect to build too much, but somehow later on black managed to build a pretty big center and win the game like that. So black finally cuts here after 50 moves, and Atari, is the ladder good? Phew, luckily it works. And it could capture right away. But it also works to connect solid, not a big difference here. Now white, instead of turning here, if white wants to come into the middle, white should push like this and then jump to space. Anyway, it's not a bad idea to play this hane, because the natural move for black is to block and then get ahead, and when push one more, put some pressure here and then jump again in the middle. So center is not going to become as big as it feels. Okay, the pip is an option, and then play away. Now usually when you invade the big area, it's easier to go on the third line, because it's much easier for black in this case to fix a base. So being on the third line, it's safe. And slide again and just leave right away. Fourth line, it's looking a little bit for outside influence, but white plays soft. White should enclose the corner. It's very big to enclose like this and also take away black's base. And black plays another move here, and then white should think about ways to jump in the center like this to reduce the middle. This approach is very good, so it's a good follow-up from m4. Hane also good, but now black can play the hanging connection. If white is trying to separate here, for example by o3, black has the Kosumitsuke, and when white goes up, black connects under. If white hane in the corner, black can counter hane, white has to go down, so there is still I shape here. And if white goes down, black can cover. If white tries to cut, there are no liberties, so white will die faster. Therefore, this shape P2, it's more resilient. It gives I shape and also it blocks when Hane in the corner, it's easy to protect. But when playing the Nobi, white can Hane S2, and when black tries to resist, white can cut. And then there's a co-fight, but it's not the same thing. So now black played away. That's a good decision to start looking for a large center. Sacrificing one stone, it's a nice idea. Center seems bigger, but instead of going out here, it's more interesting to Hane and to enclose the middle from the other side. If white tries to enter here, for example, black can just block. White can grab a stone, it's not such a big deal. And then black should protect this area too. But now white can come from the other side, like this. So in the end, I don't know how big this center can become. White seems to push from all directions. Like that, for example. So the center is this area, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 20, 25 points. Not so huge as it looks at the first glance. Let's see the score. It says black leads by 8 points, so it's a close game, but as he thinks those 3 stones in the middle are dead, which is not true. Anyway, it's pretty close. So it seems that black played a better endgame in order to win by 16.5. Instead of pushing here, black should turn and then Hane again, and then think about a way to enclose the middle. Now playing just push and Hane, white can block with Hane. White plays slack here. White can block because even if black goes Atari and he goes down, there's nothing to do against those stones on the right side. White can even play this move just to keep I shape, and the 2 stones are dead inside, and then black has to Nobi. So playing the Hane, instead of connecting, I mean the tiger mouth like this, white can defend more actively, because this forces a move on black side, and then white can just play other moves like this in the middle to reduce more. So white was a bit passive with this connection, and now black get to play another move in the center. Black can actually play Hane and then Nobi to build an extra line in the middle. This is a good move, but it feels a little bit shy, so white should try to enter deeper with this schema. Also, white can fight a little bit. If something like this happens, the squeeze is quite painful, and then white can jump this way in order to attack the bottom group, or maybe like this. Well, it requires some reading, but white can surely play a bit deeper and jump or Nobi if he's afraid of fight of Hane and crosscut. But for sure, white could gain more in this area. So black encloses the middle more. Now here, instead of Kosumitsuke, black can also consider the Keima. And then when white goes down, you just leave it like this. And if white doesn't play anything there, so let's say white plays some moves and eventually he goes back in Gote somewhere. Okay, let's say this happens, and then white plays here. Black can push it again and then Atari, or Atari from behind. So black can reduce some points in the top, but playing the Kosumitsuke, white goes down, and then white can reduce some points in the top right by jumping or monkey jump or simply P18. So black needs another move. Now white plays everything in center. Yeah, that's okay. And continues in the middle. Good block, all these moves are natural. Well, that's a little bit shy. White can peep and then try to destroy more, because this is connected, so this is a way to damage more in center. Like this it feels good. Black managed to enclose the center at maximum. At least Hane here, and then Nobi, and it's a bit tougher for black to block. This way it felt too good. This block is fine. Then Nobi. It was to block actually, because even if white plays the wedge and Atari, black is safe in the middle. So it's okay, it's ugly in general to play this kind of block because of the empty triangle, but in this case it's safe, so you don't have to worry about the aesthetic when you can just build an extra point and it's still safe. Now connecting here is wrong, it should connect solid. And then black will push and probably, oops, I meant to block right away to create the RG of L1. The thing is, if white plays b3, black can Atari under and white still needs b4. So if white plays b4 right away and black Hane under, white doesn't play b3, white just blocks. Which means white saves the point at b3. So this block, which is pretty big, instead of jumping, black should block with Atari, white needs to connect and black can connect. Also connecting solid is fine. The thing is, you don't have to fear that white will cut, because in this case, when black captures, white is in Atari. So white needs to protect here, and anyway, black doesn't have to fear about anything, just play away. So this would be a minus for white. Therefore, when Atari, white connects, black connects. This way, white can push more. And then in the end, you still need all those moves, but black loses a few more points for nothing. Now, yeah, this is proper. This attach, okay, and Atari connect. This is Gote. Now black has a monkey jump, very good. That's the wrong way to block the monkey jump. In this case, white can go down, then inside cut, then Atari from the outside, Atari again, and then connect. And white doesn't lose more points that way. Playing here, now it's harder for white to block the monkey jump, so white has to play the Kosumi, then black can push more. And even here, white has to pay attention. Ah, yeah. So then this. So this way, black get to destroy more points in center. This is a pretty big catch. It was to take right away. But okay, less coverage if you connect, so it's fine. This move, it's actually no need. Because maybe you want to block here and then black needs to connect. Otherwise, if black plays away, throw in and Atari from the outside and take 3 stones. But anyway, yeah, right now black should push first, then white blocks, and then Hane, and white has to Nobi, Atari, and then connect. If white decides to play the empty triangle here, black can still push, and then when Hane, again, white is not able to block because there's some Agi here. I mean, if white does this, Atari and go down, and then again white is losing the tail, it's Atari and then take away liberty and Atari and capture everything. So white needs to block, and then on this Hane it doesn't want to block right away because of this Atari and Atari from the outside. And if white plays a nice shape to jump, he will lose 2 more points, because instead of blocking around J to J1, now he blocks H to H1. So 2 extra points lost in the combination, instead of this, and this. But this sequence feels good for black. Everything is center. Yeah, he played the no B, which is fine. But the connection is okay. I mean, we are back to this. Push again in center. Ah, okay, so black got everything here. But in fact, black doesn't need to play this one. Black can capture 1 stone in center and then just push and connect. And keep this push 1 point as a quadrat. Anyway, it's nice to take everything in center. Then enclose this area, very good. Let's see. White can also think about monkey jump. This will happen. and destroy everything instantly. Just pushing, black blocks, and that's it. But playing monkey jump, black is forced to block his territory around S16, S17, T17. So block. Okay, this push is good because it creates 100 P1 in center. Okay, that's also centered. This is nothing because anyway, when the neutral points are filled, black has to play inside. So now white's last center moves are Hane here and connect, and then push like this, wedge, Atari, Atari, and black needs to connect. And then normal moves like Hane and connect, 2 points. So playing here, black can capture K6, which is 2 points. But first things first, black should play Atari here, which is also center for white. So white has to protect. Then these 2 points, it's no need yet, because anyway there's a 2 points move at T14, and go down P1 to prevent the Hane and also to prepare Q1 Atari. Now, white has this Atari in center, then black has to play here. Then if white connects the 1 stone, black can play 2 points here. And now it's done. Before playing 2 points, sorry, black can push first, and then 2 points in Gote. So let's see the actual game. Black took a 2 points in Gote. White played 1 point in Gote. Black push here, which is good, it's center. Then the blocking center. Oh, white should connect. Well, this move creates some cutting points, but black is fine in the middle. So black can capture a stone in center, that's good. Pushing here, it's 1 point, it's no need. Should either go down or go down P1. But going down A10 is better, because white can play the Hane here instantly. Well, white plays Atari first. So connecting A6, it's exactly 1 point. If black still goes down when white captures 2 stones, black can take 1 back. So this is worth 1 point. Now this Hane you cannot block, you got a Nobi. And that destroys 1, 2, almost 3 points in center. Now this Hane, instead of Nobi, it's possible to block. Because even if white cuts, and let's say black doesn't want to play the Ko, because there are no Ko threats, black can play Atari from behind, and Atari again, and white is in Dame Tsumari, so white needs Q1, and black captures 2 stones. So black loses nothing. So what happens when Atari here, white connects and black connects? Then this one you gotta answer. Okay, oh, he was supposed to connect here. There are some cutting points in the middle, but nothing really serious. Anyway, these are the last few moves, so it's done. Take and take back. This is no need, you better leave it as Ko threats. So when you fight the last Ko, you can throw in and then Atari. So first of all, Atari here. White connects, then Hane and connect. And then when white connects, black Atari connect, and then just pass. Connect here, Atari connect here. Yeah, and then count the game. So that was pretty much it. Atari connect. Oh, why should connect? Well, he plays a 2 points move. And then this one, no, it's fine. But then there's still the Ko. So now you fight the last Ko. Very good. Nice connection to leave less Ko threats. There were no more Ko threats. But anyway, it doesn't matter, so it's fine, yeah. White had more Ko threats, all those Ataris at P18. So anyway, a pretty solid game by black. The beginning was so-so, a little shaky, and it felt like black didn't punish right away, but then taking the large center won this game. Congrats.